for you and the power you possess.
Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman.
All the world is waiting for you.
Like, from the time the first Comic-Con trailer came out, I was waiting. I was ready. Like, I remember seeing it and, you know, screaming in Spanish, "Yo soy Groovy Wonder Woman!" It was great. Like, I was sitting down waiting for it. Though, to be fair, we were waiting like 75 years for this Wonder Woman full cinematic delivery. Remember, there were like a good few Wonder Women over the years. There's Linda Carter. You have Kathy Lee Crosby, who was Wonder Woman in 1974. There was a pilot and a thing. Then there's Adrian Palicki. You remember Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., she was Mockingbird. Well, yeah, she was actually Wonder Woman. If you grew up, though, in the 90s into the 2000s, you also had Susan Eisenberg. Susan Eisenberg is the quintessential voice of Wonder Woman.
I will not tolerate this.
So you had that going for you. And then there's Gal. Gal Gadot has an excellent balance, I think, between the princess idea and the warrior. She captured all sides of it, so she's, you know, lover and the arm of vengeance. Believe me, she is the arm of vengeance. You know, the character of Diana is pretty much that of a god come to earth dealing with us and our nonsense. And Gal was able to ride that wave really, really good. There were times when I was like, oh gosh, Diana. But that's a good thing, because it's not me saying, oh gosh, Gal. It was, oh gosh, Diana. Like, Gal Gadot kind of just moved aside and the idea of Diana Themyscira came out. And I liked that a lot.
And the power you possess.
Like the power to create a cohesive story. How about that? Yeah, like the power to enhance Batman versus Superman. I can rationalize Batman versus Superman. Like if you and I were to sit down, I could literally tell you I think I know where they were going with it. But having seen the Wonder Woman film, you have something of a clearer understanding. You kind of say like, okay, this explains XYZ a little bit more. If you remember Batman versus Superman, she was all about, you know, just getting her picture, which was very important to her, and now we know why. Well, we know more of why. And then just getting on a plane and pretty much leaving Metropolis, let them deal with their own nonsense. There's a reason behind that, and I think this film sort of just enhances that movie. Wonder Woman feels like the love story to Richard Donner that we were supposed to get with Superman Returns but didn't. This has so much throwback to that Richard Donner Superman.
Stand back.
There's a classic Boy Scout feel to it. We don't need our heroes to be all, I guess nobody stays good in this world. We don't always need that. You're a god. You're a modern messiah. Act like it. Wonder Woman's film also had the power of a solid cast. Connie Nielsen made a beautiful Hippolyta. Robin Wright's Antiope. Listen, I think every girl needs an aunt like Antiope. I think every boy needs an aunt like Antiope. You know, Hippolyta was her mother, but Antiope was her force. So that added a really cool dynamic. And even the cast of supporting Amazons, some of whom were actual athletes, that added something to it. Chris Pine was not overpowering in the film. You know, like I've seen a few other Chris Pine films and I was like, that's James Tiberius Kirk. But in this one, it was very much, this is Steve Trevor.
Well, that's neat.
Each person had a point and it was good. So kudos to Patty Jenkins on, you know, having the power to possess a really good cast.
In your satin tights,
Actually, there were no satin tights here. This is not Linda Carter.
fighting for your rights.
Which she was doing since she was created in the 40s. Which, funny enough, explains the time that Wonder Woman, the time period that Wonder Woman, the film, was set in. The film is set in World War I. So you have those kind of war issues to deal with. You have those gender issues to deal with. And also in terms of fighting for rights, Wonder Woman as a character was on the cover of Miss Magazine in the 1970s. There was a period of time where Wonder Woman had lost her powers. It was stripped from her and she was kind of like a spy, kind of like a Modesty Blaze looking spy in this kind of white mod jumpsuit kind of vibe. But then in the 70s, Miss Magazine came out and there she was on the cover of Miss Magazine and she's like, Wonder Woman for president, and it was great.
And the old red, white, and blue.
Let's understand this. Even though Wonder Woman was created by an American, Wonder Woman herself is not American. The uniform that she wears is red and blue, and in Linda Carter's case it was red, white, and blue. But that was done for a reason. When Diana left Themyscira, one of the things that the Amazons did was that they always donned the colors of the country that they were going to inhabit. It was a sign of diplomacy. So if Steve Trevor was Italian, that costume would have been green and red and white. The idea that Steve Trevor happens to be American explains why she's in red and white and blue, that kind of vibe. That's comic history. But in the film, they don't give too much of a backstory as to the color scheme that she uses. But now you know why.
And what's wrong with the way I dress?
You want to take that?
Remember, Diana is not Clark. Clark is an immigrant. Bruce is a wealthy 1% American. This girl is a diplomat, an ambassador, a god that has left her place to come here and, you know, try and make this place work.
Wonder Woman. Now the world is ready for you.
In a real sense, it wasn't ready. Not even Warner Brothers. The world was not ready, but it did get in line pretty fast.
And the wonders you can do.
Her origin story has changed. More in line with this, which is the kind of like the new 52 version of Diana. This is it here. Like, we all know well, most of us know the story of Diana being like formed from clay. It's there, but it's also enhanced more to
Make a hawking dove. Stop a war with love.
actually she stops a war with lightning, because, you know, reasons. But it's the idea of knowing to use it and when not to, and that's what separates Diana. She does what needs to be done.
Take a liar, tell it true.
The use of the lasso in the film, oh my god, I want to lasso everything now. There's an idea in terms of like when Steve is tied up and it burns him. Why? Because the truth burns. Very psychological, this film.
Wonder Woman! Get us out from under, Wonder Woman!
All our hopes are pinned upon you.
Literally, every DC fan was hoping for this film to do well. I can honestly say, though, hope has been restored. Like, I look forward to what else will come out of Warner Brothers / DC.
And the magic that you do. Stop a bullet cold.
Or a critic cold.
Make the access cold.
Like, there were 3 main villains in this film. For want of a better way of putting it, they're kind of marvelized. The hero is really heroic, but the villains, there's still much to be desired. Like in the 3rd act, when the climatic fight scene occurs, you get a little bit more of an understanding of the big bad behind everything, and that's great. That wraps that whole story up. But I felt like Dr. Poison and Ludendorff, who is a real guy, by the way, I felt like I could have gotten a bit more from them.
Change their mind and change the world.
I feel like whether or not you like this film, Wonder Woman is a shot in the arm for comic book films. It was starting to get a little formulaic in its approach. Wonder Woman has come in and given the comic book industry a breath of fresh air. It also opens up the possibilities of what else is out there. Like, you want to see more female directors doing superhero films. I don't know why it should take this long. You want to see, you know, what's next where comic book movies are concerned. You want to see what's going to happen with Black Panther. And best of all, you want to see where they take Wonder Woman itself, because now that we've established her as a character, you get very much more excited to see, okay, where's she going to be, because we know that she's going to eventually come to the States. What's her next villain? Is it going to be Cheetah? Maybe it's more gods that she has to deal with. What's that process like? You're excited now to see what next will come out of the DC camp. I have to be honest with you, I am super eager now to see the Aquaman film.
Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman, you're a Wonder Woman.
Should you go see it? Yes, I think you should go see it. I think you should bring your daughters and your nieces and your little baby brother and your boyfriend, and everybody should go see it. Like, every week this month there is a holiday, so you should go see it. Go Gemstone or Movie Town or South Park or wherever it is you just go and watch movies. And dress up, because, let's be honest, it's Diana. So that's it. And that's it for me. The next film that I'm going to see is Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Peace.